The story begins as this kid was killing this Shikigami as told by his elders, as he has an unpleasant feeling that he realized that his own family has betrayed him and they lure him out here to kill him. They all uses their spiritual power on him as he thinks they have prepared to such extent to kill him. He asks them their reason for killing him. He tells them it's because he is too strong for them, as his ability is a hindrance for the Tsuchimi Kato family. He tells them so you are afraid of him. They all attack him together. His strongest Shikigami was sealed away, and his spiritual power is restraints, as he is now he can't beat them, but he will keep fighting until the very end, as he was on the verge of dying. Then he uses his last paper doll and does the forbidden art circle of transmigration, which is an art for reincarnation, and thinks he will do better in his next life. Then he wakes up on a bed as he sees his blonde hair and gets excited as the reincarnation was a success. The memories of this person in which his body he was reincarnated flows into his head. As in this world there are no spiritual techniques, instead there is magic, and his situation in this world doesn't seem to be good for him. His name is Wayne Granato. He is the third son of Granato's family. The admission exams for a magic academy named Arcella Academy are coming up. But his reputation in the family is not great, as nobody expects him to pass the exam because Wayne Granato doesn't have any talent in magic, as he understands the situation he is currently in, as Wayne doesn't have any mana, but now he possesses tremendous amount of spiritual power. But in this world no one knows about the spiritual powers. He thinks maybe that's why he got reincarnated as Wayne, as he doesn't mana, but now he has so much power, which seems to be too extreme. He was happy being reincarnated with his powers, but also remembers he was betrayed by his family because he was too strong. After that he goes to library to read some books to understand the world he got reincarnated in. After reading few books he realized this is not the world he knew before. The culture, ecosystem are different. There are demons and beasts which are dangerous, just ayakashis from his world. Also a lot of people gets attacked by these demons every year. There is not any description for spiritual power, and instead there is only magic, which is used to fight against the demons. As he expected, no one know about his powers in this world, as in his previous life he always protected people by working in dark, cause he didn't want any attention, and because of that he was eliminated. But in this life he will show his power to everyone, as he doesn't have any regrets from his previous life, but he will never let that happen again. Then these two guys comes in and started bad-mouthing him, as he will never be able to pass the entry exam for the Magic Academy. Their names are Harold and Dean. These two are Wayne's older brothers who always bully him, as their late father left his family estate to Wayne, his third son. As his father's last words to Wayne was that he wants him to inherit the family, as their territory is weak, what they need isn't power but wisdom, as Wayne is very smart, but he tells his father even if he succeed in the family nobody will agree to accept him. His father tells him that he need to build his position to convince everyone as his brother are both selfish and doesn't fit to be the lord of this territory. Wayne says he will do everything he can to become the lord. That day his father passed away. In other words, to convince his brothers and his family that he is fit to be the head. He has to enter the Magic Academy of Arcella. Wayne tells them if he is able to enter the academy, he will have control over the territory. His brothers are surprised to hear this, as he tells them again, and they started laughing and think this must be a joke. Wayne tells them he is not joking, and says let's bet on whether I will pass or fail the admission exam. His brother asks him what he will do if he doesn't pass the exam. Wayne says he will give everything that father left him to them, but if he does pass the exam his brothers will be expelled from the Granato family. His brothers love this idea, as Wayne don't have any mana, and he will never get accepted by the academy. Wayne tells them everything will be revealed on the day of exam. They tell him they are looking forward to it as they leave the room. Wayne thinks they must be planning something to place that kind of bet, but if anything does happens he will take care of everything using his onmyoujutsu. Then he says he should revive his shinigamis using onmyoujutsu. This jutsu is activated by reciting mantra, which consume its own spiritual power using paper's doll as a catalyst, which is similar to the magic that today's world. Wayne doesn't have any mana, but his body is filled with spiritual power. As he was about to use his onmyoujutsu on a paper doll, a voice comes in saying, "Why are you hesitating, Master Wayne?" As he gets surprised and thinks it must Kijin. The voice tells him he is indeed Kijin, as has have for Wayne to wake up. Wayne gets excited thinking all of his Shikigamis are also here, which are none other than the Shikigami of the 12 heavenly generals, and they are all in great condition. Wayne gets happy as he got reincarnate, but still they will serve him. Wayne stand up and uses his jutsu to summon all the 12 heavenly generals, and all 12 of them get summoned safely to his room, but most of them vanish as Wayne doesn't have much spiritual power to maintain all 12 of their bodies. Only 3 of them will remain as they bow to Wayne. First is a girl named Kijin, second is named Suzaku, and lastly third girl named Dain. As Dain tells Wayne that he has become a pretty boy, Kijin tells her that it is rude to say that to Master Wayne. Wayne is happy to see them as none of them has changed. Then they realize why there is only 3 of them. They gets excited thinking 3 must be the chosen ones from the 12 heavenly generals. Then Wayne tells them that he didn't have spiritual power, that's why he could only summons them. They ask Wayne about the upcoming admission exams, and also Wayne brothers they want to get back at them quickly. Wayne says to them he will soon get them back as he is enrolling in Arcella Academy to get top score. Everyone gets excited as Kijin asks Wayne, will those 2 brothers of yours will quietly be expelled when you pass the exam, as they don't believe he will pass and sure they will retaliate, but it won't be a problem for Wayne. As soon Wayne enters the academy, he wants to get rid of his image being a dropout who can't use magic. Kijin asks Wayne does the opinion of those people matter to him. Wayne tells them that's where things went in his previous life. Back then he didn't the spotlight and did everything from the dark, due to which the respect from his family fell to the ground as he moved freely without belonging to anyone despite being the strongest. As a result they betrayed him and killed him. But in this life Wayne wants to be recognized as the strongest by everyone and will have comrades that will not betray or rebel against him. They all thinks it's a great idea. Wayne asks Kijin to take the admission exam too. Wayne thinks having her beside him will help him to get the top spot in school. Dain gets upset as she wants to go too. Wayne tells her as Kijin is wisest among the 12 generals as he give her a pat on her head. Kijin get really happy hearing Wayne praise her. Suzaku tells Kijin that the magic subjects are different than spiritual arts, she will be able to learn them. As she thinks about it, Wayne tells them no problem as Shikigami doesn't sleep. He has prepared books for her to read. They tell Kijin to hang in there as Wayne tells them to go back as he need to keep Kijin summoned here. They said ok, and Kijin says she will do her best too. The next day Wayne and Kijin starts to travel to Arcella, as Kijin is studying her books in the carriage. Wayne senses a large mana about 3 kilometers from their carriage, and thinks that it must be demon. Kijin says should she go and take care of the demon. Wayne says no, it's fine, just keep studying, he will take care of it. Wayne uses his spatial transfer to go where the beast is. He finds him. It's a Class A demon beast named Chimera. Wayne says that he will be his warm-up before his entrance exams. Beast attacks Wayne, he dodges the attack and uses spiral raging flames and burns the monster in an instant. After defeating the beast, he thinks he is still good as he was in his previous life. Wayne comes back to the carriage and Kijin tells him he is still impressed as ever. Then the guard sees the burned body of the beast and thinks what kind of great mage would have defeated the beast, as Wayne says who could it be. After that they arrive at the Arcella royal capital, as the exams for the academy are merit-based so no one's status matter here. People from all over the continents comes and only strong people can pass the entrance exam. As they both comes forward and was walking towards the academy, a noble sees Wayne. What is this dunce doing here who can't even use magic? Kijin gets mad but Wayne stops her. Wayne says isn't you Simon who was famous for riding his parents' coattails, as Simon won't need help from his parents on this entrance exam. Simon gets mad and tells Wayne not to get ahead of himself. Simon was going to attack Wayne using his magic, then suddenly a girl stops him and tells him she won't tolerate this if he continue any longer. Simon backs down as she is the sword princess and tells Wayne he will deal with him later and leaves. Wayne says thank you to her for saving him, as Wayne remembers her name is Sophie, and she is the Count's eldest daughter of Norbert family, one of the 7 nobles. She tells Wayne that he shouldn't have gotten provoked by him as he doesn't know how bad he can be. Wayne starts lauding and tells her thanks for her concern, but he will be fine. Sophie tells Wayne that his character has changed. Wayne is surprised to hear this, but she tells him to forget about it and leaves. Wayne thinks she is very observant as she notices the change in his personality. Kijin gets upset as she thinks there are a lot of rude people here, so she should get rid of them. As Wayne calms her down and tells her they want more of these type of people, so she doesn't need to react every time. Then they enter the hall and comes into their classroom for the written exam. Kijin finds her seat as she sit. Wayne speaks to her using his telepathy and tells her that he will tell her the answer just before the exam ends. Kijin tells him she shouldn't had to study then. Wayne says he will tell her, but she must first solve it by herself. As she understands now, the exam begins. As Wayne finds some questions difficult but was able to do them in the end, and also fix Kijin wrong answers as well. She says she will do her best to live up to Wayne's expectations for the remaining exams. Wayne tells her of course she will. As they move to the chanting exams, a student uses a flame arrow and fired to the target. Wayne sees it and thinks they are not as good as he thought they will be, which means he has to limit his spiritual power even more than before. Now it's Wayne's turns. He limits his onmyoujutsu, but still destroyed the target into pieces. Everyone is surprised to see this. Simon says he must be cheating as he doesn't have any mana. How can he use such magic? All the other students also thinks he must be cheating. Then their instructor tells them if he is cheating or it will be decided after the exams. Then he called Kijin as she was next. Wayne is relieved as he got through the first half of the exam. Simon tells Wayne that he will not be able to cheat in practical exams. As they both were talking, Kijin also uses the same attack Wayne uses and destroyed the target. Everyone is shocked as Wayne shakes his head cause he forgot to tell her to keep her powers in check. After that they move to the stadium where the practical exams are held. Students fights with each to demonstrate their skills. Simon tells Wayne does he know who is his opponent. Wayne tells him he doesn't care. Instructor call the students for their duel, who is Simon and Wayne. Simon requested the academy to have his duel with Wayne. Wayne says, isn't that cheating? Simon says he will expose him in front of everyone. Wayne tells him, do you think you can take me down? Simon gets mad and tells him he will beat him. They face each other and the match begins. Simon uses a red crystal and makes a big fireball and fires it towards Wayne. Wayne says using a fire crystal isn't it cheating, then he won't hold back either. Wayne uses his jutsu named Mega Freeze, and which takes up the fireball in an instant. Simon is shocked to see this as he falls to the ground. Wayne comes towards him and puts him to sleep. Match is over, and the winner is of course Wayne, as the instructor finds out that Simon was cheating and he will be disqualified from the exams. Sophie is shocked to see Wayne and thinks what happened to him, as Wayne comes back to Kijin, and she congratulates him for taking care of that rude guy. Wayne is also relieved, then he tells her to hold her power back a little more than before. She says she will, but Wayne thinks she might go overboard, as during the match of course she does. Wayne knew this would happen and the exams comes to an end. After that we go to the principal office where he is looking at the Wayne profile. Then he wants to interview him. 3 days after the entrance exams, Wayne is called to the academy. As they didn't call Kijin, Wayne is a little disappointed. Principal asks him, are you Wayne? He says yes. Then Principal introduced himself. His name is Rollo. Wayne knows him as his full name is Rollo Vistov, and also he is the strongest magician in the entire kingdom of Ulstera. He has invented more than 100 of new spells and known as the father of modern magic studies. Holo apologized Wayne for making him come all the way here, as he would like to ask him few questions. Wayne thinks is what he should say to answer his questions. Then Paula tells him that his theory is that what Wayne is using is not magic. Wayne is surprised to hear this, as this is to be expected from the strongest magician. As Wayne thinks he was not planning to keep his powers hidden, this will be a good chance for him. Wayne tells him yes, it is correct he didn't use magic as he doesn't have any mana, and what he used was onmyoujutsu. Paula is surprised to hear this as he has never heard of this before. Wayne tells him that's because he invented this by himself. Paula is impressed to hear this and tells to let's go and cast a spell which teleported them outside. Wayne is surprised as he used magic without enchanting. Paula tells him to show his magic that he used during the exams. Wayne says okay. Paula tells him whether he will fail or pass the exams will depend on what he will show him. Wayne feels like he is giving the 4th exam, which only he had to take. As he was about to use his jutsu, Paula throw few furballs at him as Wayne is protected by a barrier. Wayne asks him why he is attacking him all of a sudden. Paula tells him to do not think of him some old man as he wants to see Wayne's full power. Wayne gets mad and asks him, are you the greatest magician? Paula says he is. Wayne tells him, let me show you all. He has got his strongest onmyoujutsu named Ultimate Spirit Flame, and he fires a huge blue flames fireball at Paula, and he barely was able to dodge his attack. Paula thinks he is way much stronger than other exorcists, as Wayne thinks this life will be much fun than his previous one. Paula tells Wayne he thinks he knows his power now, so Wayne asks him did he pass the exam. Paula tells him his passing was never in the question. Wayne is confused, and Paula tells him he has already passed the exam 3 days ago. He wanted to know Wayne's power in person, and he is looking forward to see what exactly he would achieve in this academy. Wayne starts smiling and thinks he is a cunning old man. After a few days in the palace, Kijin is excited as they have passed the exams, and Kijin tells Wayne that his brothers are foolish to have bet with him. Wayne hopes they follow their words. They arrive at the gate of their room. Wayne releases the summoning jutsu of Kijin as she leaves. Wayne enters the room, and his brothers were sitting there eating. His brother tells him as he know they don't want to eat with him, so he should leave. Wayne says, I have something to show you both, and show them the letter of acceptance from the academy, and tells them he did it. They are shocked to see this, as they think the letter might be a fake one, as Wayne has no mana, and there is no way he can get accepted in the academy. Wayne tells them he will prove that the letter is real deal, and thinks smiling they will know their power difference netwing them when they see him. One brother takes out a dagger and tries to cut Wayne, but he stops it with his fingers and tells the other brother to come at him with all they have got. He gets mad, uses a fireball to burn Wayne as they thinks they killed him. Wayne vanishes the fire with no scratches at all. They both are shocked to see this. He throws the dagger towards his brother. He almost got cut and falls to the ground. And Wayne tells them this will be as Wayne has passed the exam now, he will claim his inheritance, and tells them they are officially banished from the Granado family, and they have till tomorrow to pack their things. He asked his brother what are they going to do, as they were finally able to kill their father by swapping his medicine every day. His brother tells him now he will have to use his trump card. Then they go to a restaurant and gives 10 platinum coins to an assassin named Zodia to kill Wayne. At night when Wayne was sleeping, they use a dark magic barrier to shut him in his room, and also assassination magic to kill him in his rooms. Wayne says they thinks they would kill him with such weak magic. They are mistaken. Wayne starts smiling and says, let me show them how a real assassination is done. His brothers are laughing, thinking they have almost killed him, as the assassin had used solvent magic to make him go crazy from pain. They says let's go take a look at him, as they need payback from the morning when he humiliated them. As they go upstairs towards his room, comes into the room and are shocked to see that Wayne is not in his room. They can't believe that he escaped, as the assassin used double magic circle for him. He asks Zodia where is he then. Wayne comes from behind and tells them he is here, and tells them he escaped the barrier long before they could complete it. They don't understand what he is implying. Wayne tells them they shouldn't have comes into the room before confirming that their target is dead or no, and he also was hearing when they were talking about him, and tells them that father was right, you two are not suited to become lords. They tells the assassin to kill him as he charges, but Wayne takes him down, and tells his brother that he will show them hell so you two will learn your lesson. They get scared and tells him that they are sorry, and they will never bother him again. Wayne says no thank you, and summons his Shikigami named Tenkyu, who is one odd the 12 heavenly generals specialized in illusions, and if his brothers ever comes back to Granado territory, they will suffer from illusion monsters attacking them, and they will never be able to come back to the Granado territory ever again. Now Wayne has become the lord of the Granado territory, and picks the picture of his father and says he will protect the land he loves so much, so he can rest in peace. The next day at the academy, Wayne is called on the stage for speech, as he has scored the highest in the exams. He comes to the podium and thanks everyone, and tells them as everyone know he doesn't have any mana, and he can't use magic, but he has something else named onmyoujutsu. Using this, he tells everyone that he is better than each and every one of the magicians here. Students gets upset hearing this. Wayne tells them he will show everyone why he is above everyone during the upcoming activities, as he thanks them at the end for listening to him speak. Kijin thinks Wayne looks really cool. Paulo says now he has done it, as a student comes to him and asks him how can he allow such greeting. Paulo tells him it's fine, as all matters in this academy is ability, and Wayne has not ability to back his statement. Student tells him they will see. After that we go in class, as all the students are avoiding Wayne like he is a criminal. That doesn't matter for Wayne. Sophie comes and tells him that was a pretty provocative speech. Wayne tells her it was pretty good, right? She tells him as he sure is now the whole academy is hating you because of the speech. Wayne tells her she is right, but this is what he wants. He tells her that he will become the top student in the academy using his onmyoujutsu. She asks him when did he develop a new form of magic. He tells her it's onmyoujutsu, don't mix them together. And he learned it by betting his life on it. She is shocked to hear this. Kijin comes back and tells Wayne about the campus and how each one has its own cafeteria, and northern one is famous for its baked apple pie. Wayne tells her let's go there then. He shakes Sophie's hand and tells her he hoped to get along with her. She says likewise. Steve thinks is that really Wayne, as he is acting different than before. After that we see a teacher who looks definitely the villain for this chapter and has his eyes on Sophie as she has the awakened gene. He thinks if he has her awakened gene he will be unstoppable, even Rollo can't beat him, and he will rule all Sarah. A week later after the ceremony, students goes outside for mock battles in the swords class. They have to pair up with another student. A student asks Sophie to pair up with her. She says of course. Wayne pair up with Kijin. But before that Wayne wants to see the battle of Sophie. As the battle starts, Sophie quickly charges and defeats the girl. Wayne is impressed by her skills, as she is known as the Sword Princess. Kijin tells Wayne let get their mock battle started. Sophie is surprised to see Wayne and Kijin fighting and thinks they are really amazing fighters. They kept fighting and Kijin charges forward and misses Wayne and he defeats her easily. Wayne tells her, as her acting skills have improved, he tells her that she doesn't have to hold back to make look good and tells her to come at him seriously next time. Then Sophie asks Wayne to have a mock battle with her. He says of course and they are about to start. Students are excited as the first place and second place from the exams are going for a battle who is going to win. Sophie charges forward and Wayne block her attack, and she thinks he is definitely different from the Wayne she knew, as Wayne is using sword style that doesn't match the sword style from Sarah, and also that technique he calls onmyoujutsu is also a mystery. But by crossing swords she wants to know more about him. Wayne notices that Sophie mana is unstable, and if she stays like this she won't be able to improve her skills. Then Wayne decides to use his jutsu and creates a pillar under her which distracts her, and he swiftly comes behind her and was about to hit her. She quickly raises her sword and deflects his attack. Wayne loses his sword, then he admits his loss. Sophie is surprised to hear this. She tells him, can't you just pick your sword up? He tells her he used onmyoujutsu, which is against the rules, so he lost. Then Sophie realizes that mana in her body is stabilizing and figures that Wayne trained to stabilize her. She thanks him. Wayne tells her no problem. Sophie understood after having a match with him, even though he is stronger than before, but his kind and awkward side is still the same as ever. After the class, everyone is talking about Wayne, how he talked big during his speech, but lost against Sophie. Kijin get irritated, but Wayne tells her to calm down. Sophie comes to the rescue and tells everyone that it's a misunderstanding as Wayne helped her get her mana stabilized as his swordsmanship is better than hers, so he could have won easily without using the onmyoujutsu. Then she asks him, isn't that right? Wayne says who knows, and he wants to have a rematch and will not lose this time. Sophie says she will be looking forward for it. All the students surround Wayne and tells him they changed their opinion about him after hearing Sophie. Wayne is surprised to see them. He comes to Sophie and tells her his classmates are not avoiding him cause of you. She is glad she could help him. Wayne tells her he has something to ask her, why not she come to his mansion after school today. She says of course she will come. After that they go to his mansion for some tea, as Kijin served them tea. Sophie didn't know that Kijin was Wayne's servant. Wayne tells her it's not rare to have servant to attend academy at Sarah. Then Wayne asks her what did she meant when she tells him about being easy to misunderstand. She tells him to put it simply, you are a little too confident. As Wayne has never thought about it, he thinks it might be related to why his family betrayed him in his previous life. He thinks being confident was normal, but now he needs to act a little humbly to avoid repeating the same mistakes. Sophie tells her she could help him to get closer with the class. Wayne asks her, will you? She tells him of course, as she would like to get know him better too. Wayne thanks her, and after the tea she leaves as they say goodbye to each other. Wayne makes her first friend in school. As Sophie was leaving thinking about their meeting, suddenly a woman comes in front of her and sprained her ankle. She asks Sophie to give her a shoulder as her house isn't too far from here. Sophie says in that case let me carry you on her back. She sits down in front of her, then she uses dark magic and puts Sophie to sleep and carry her to the house. Sophie's servant comes to Wayne mansion and asks him if she is here. He tells her that she left quite a while ago. She tells Wayne that the princess hasn't returned home yet. Wayne thinks this is not good, and she tells him if he sees her he should let them know, and goes back in the carriage. Then Wayne uses his jutsu and summons Tamo and tells him to find Sophie. He disappears to find him, but Wayne has a bad feeling about this, and we see Sophie tied up to a chair. She wakes up and sees these two, one gloomy-looking guy and one really beautiful girl in front of her. She asks them who are they. Girl tells her that she forget who brought her here. Suddenly Sophie gets a shock and she starts screaming. Girl tells her that they are trying to extract her magic gene. Gloomy guy tells her he already said too much and tells her to keep her mouth shut if she wants to live. Sophie recognizes then and tells him that they are the Lunatoria. They both are shocked to hear and thinks how does she know that name. Sophie tells them that her organization name us Lunatoria, and they see nobles as their enemies. Gloomy guy says that they have grown, that now the 7 great nobles know about them. He tells her that their goal is to shake this world where birth determines your status, which is created by you nobles, and to grant everyone the same power regardless of their bloodline. Based on her magic gene, they will create a drug that will drastically improve their mana. As long as they have this drug, everyone will find happiness regardless of how much low mana they have, but they have to become part of their organization to get this drug, and they will kill everyone last noble, then a new world shall be born. Sophie tells him nobody would like that. He gets irritated and pulls the lever down, which gives shocks to Sophie. He tells her in a few moments the extraction process will be done. Then she will be free to go, but she will be a cripple though. Then Tama finally found Sophie, but he alone can't fight them as the woman is strong, so quickly goes back to Wayne to inform him about what he saw. Back at the mansion, Tamo tells Wayne about Sophie's location as she is held hostage in an abandoned castle in the west. Wayne asks him why is she in a place like that. Tamo tells Wayne there is a group named Lunatioria who has her and she is being used for some kind of experiment. Wayne asks him is Sophie okay. He says she is, but she is on the edge. Wayne tells him to take him to her immediately. He also tells Kijin to come with them. As they come to the palace and see that the palace is surrounded by around 100 guards, Tamo shows them where the lab is located and show them a shortcut. But Wayne tells them he will not take it, as he is really mad and they will pay for messing up in his domain. He summons 4 more Shikigami named Suzaku, Kaujin, Jemba, and Dain, and orders them to crush them and beat them beyond their recognition. They all gets excited and goes forward to the manhwa head-on. As Wayne is really mad, a guard comes in front of him. He plunges his head into the ground and tells him to get out of his way. All the guards gets alerted as they are under attack. Wayne tells Kochin to go forward and take care of them, as Kochin uses his strength and take on all of them. Others move forward. Wayne asks them where are the stairs leading down. As they were about to go down the stairs, more guys comes back. Wayne tells Dain Suzaku to take care of these guys. They both comes forward happily as it's finally their turn and takes care of these guys. Lady comes upstairs and then tells them are they here to save Sophie. Kijin senses that this woman is quite powerful and tells Wayne leave her. Wayne passes the women. She uses her spell on him, but Kijin blocks her. She is surprised and doesn't understand what happened to her. Then woman uses the drug and injects herself and turns into a monster, but Kijin tells her she will exorcise her. Wayne reaches underground and Tamo tells him the room which Sophie is held. He tells Tamo to take care of the guards here and tells Jembu to bring the confused people outside and heal their wounds. As they both get ready as the guards attack them, Tamo easily takes most of them in one hit as Jembu starts healing all the people held hostage. A girl tells Jembu that she is a goddess, but she doesn't know what is it. Then Wayne comes to the room where Sophie is. Gloomy Guy says that he is here to rescue Sophie. Wayne tells her that she will be Aka. She did a good job holding out for this long. Gloomy Guy tells Wayne he won't be able to rescue her. Wayne get more mad and tells him don't think that he stand a chance against him as this will be an one-sided extermination.